I've built a few watches for friends and family and figured it's time to build my own using parts purchased from AliExpress. I'll put links to every item in the description below. Alright, let's build it. First we have the movement. It's a Seiko caliber NH35 which has the date complication. This one has the white date wheel. It's a mechanical movement that has hacking seconds which allows you to use the crown to stop the second hand so you can set the time precisely. It's been extremely solid movement for me. For the dial, I chose a black Submariner style dial. Although the AliExpress pictures show a sterile dial, meaning there's no branding or text, it does come with the Seiko logo. I chose the three-pointed star hands, also known as the Mercedes hands. The watch case is stainless steel, 40 millimeters, with sapphire glass and a rotating ceramic bezel. The clicks feel nice, and they only rotate in one direction. It does have a cyclops for the date. The band is oyster style, and it has a solid case back. I thought the green bezel was a nice touch. It gives it a splash of color. First thing we're going to want to do is put on some finger cots. That way the grease and debris don't contaminate the surfaces. And now we're going to prep the dial. So these dials have pins on the back of them, and not all of them are going to be needed for each movement. So we're going to match the dial up to the movement and determine which pins need to be removed. And these bottom two pins are not needed, so I'm going to use some needle nose pliers and twist them off. And I could feel that it sticks up just a bit, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a file and file them flat. And I'm going to do the same for the unnecessary pins on the other side now. Remove and sand it down. And now that the unnecessary pins are removed, we're going to confirm that the dial is flush with the movement. And to position the hands into the movement, I'm going to use some Rodical putty. It's tacky, but it doesn't leave a residue. And now let's advance the time till it's ready to flip to the next day, and at that point we'll put on the hands. Okay, let's put on the hands, starting with the hour hand. And to assist with the installation of the hands, I like to use these Yakdo-san magnifiers. And with the Rodical putty, I got the hour hand in the 12 o'clock position. And now I'm going to use this pusher to push this into place. It doesn't take much pressure, and unfortunately it doesn't click, but you could feel it set into place. And same deal, we're going to flip it so that it gets to the next day and install the minute hand. Alright, there we go. Okay, I swapped out the tip on the pusher to the medium-sized one. I used the Rodical to set the minute hand onto the appropriate location, top of the hour. And now I'm just going to gently push the arm into place. Doesn't take much. Alright, that looks good. Make sure everything looks parallel. And at this point, make sure that there are no collisions. And before starting the installation of the second hand, let me provide some additional information. Here's a side view of the pinion. The second hand has a cup that sits on top and over the pinion. The top of the pinion is tapered to ease installation. I colored the pinion yellow in the following picture. And for the second hand, I got into place with the Rodico and this standard hand pusher. And now I'm gonna press it into place. Okay, I'm gonna get it out of the hacking position by pushing in the stem. Nice. The second hand is working as expected. And once again, do some revolutions to confirm that the hands aren't hitting one another. And now we're gonna release the stem by pushing it all the way in and pushing in on this little dot, this little recessed area right there. Okay, so let's push down on that lever and remove. To make the rest of the installation easier, I did remove the band, and now I'm going to use the blue ball to remove the back. And now I'm going to put the O-ring into the grease box. And during the whole process, I was blowing out any potential dust and debris that may be within the movement or inside the case. And now I'm going to remove the crown. And now we're going to attach the crown onto the stem. One was provided by the movement, but I like to purchase extras just in case, and they're not very expensive. And now let's put the movement into the case. All right, the stem has been inserted into the movement. And now we're going to measure the distance between the case and the bottom of the crown. So we're looking at 6 millimeters. Okay, let's remove the stem. And let's mark off 6 millimeters. And I'm going to cut it slightly long because it's better to cut it too long than too short. I'm going to file down the edges, make sure everything is nice and smooth. And as expected, it's a little long. So let's just cut a little bit more off. Same process. And on the second attempt, it screws down perfectly. And now I'm going to remove the stem one last time so that I can Loctite the crown in place. And we're talking about an extremely small dab of blue Loctite. And if there's any excess overflowing, make sure you remove it. Alright, and before closing it up, let's blow out any sort of dust or debris one last time. All right, and let's properly lubricate the O-ring. And I'm going to use some tweezers to put it into place. Okay, just making sure that the O-ring is properly in place. And let's reinstall the case back. Nice. Let's reinstall the strap. I'm extremely happy with the way this watch turned out. Majority of the tools and all the watch components were purchased from AliExpress, and they were reasonably priced. The additional items I already had were the magnifier, Loctite, digital calipers, and files. I'll put links to all the pieces and tools I used in the description below. If you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.